Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It is 9:37 a.m. News and views on Salam Media, and we are going to be talking to an amazing young lady. She is an African artist against apartheid, and she is Thania Petersen. She is turning minibus taxis into moving masterpieces that draw attention to the cause for a free Palestine. Salaam alaikum to you. Welcome.
Walaikum salam. Thank you.
I have a picture of you in a minibus taxi with all of those, the keffiyeh as the background, the black and white keffiyeh at the background, and the huge watermelon quarters around it. Absolutely stunning, and it does really, capture the imagination. How did you come about? How did you
Thank
come
you.
about this current project of yours, Tanya?
So it's actually a project that I started 2 years ago, and it was about making art accessible to the public. I created a film which was traveling throughout the world, but the people of the Cape, who the film was inspired by, had no access to the film. So I created a immersive experience by putting the film in the taxi for commuters and also creating sort of an artwork of the actual taxi itself. So the initial idea was to use the taxi as a way of making things which is not normally available and accessible to working class people available and accessible.
So by doing this, I also want to understand, did you work solo or have you had other artists on board? Do you believe that this is and has created a deeper understanding and awareness of the situation in Palestine? And are people engaging that much more?
So, I haven't been working with other artists, but I have had the support of the professor at UCT. His name is Jay Patter. And we decided together that we would use this taxi project as the perfect way to create um, solidarity within our landscape of the Cape so that everyone knows that the people of South Africa and the people of the Cape stand against apartheid, stand against colonization, and stand with the people of Palestine. And there is no better way than to do that with the taxis because the taxis move throughout all areas. They go through boundaries which was made spatially during apartheid to keep us in certain places. So the taxi is a very politicized vehicle in itself. And so for me to use this vehicle as a way of speaking um, for Palestine, I think was very effective um, in my mind.
Okay, so
To me, it
Tanya,
made sense.
how many taxis have you guys, created into mobile or motion or pieces or works of art in motion? How many of those have you done? And are the taxi operators open to this idea?
So the taxi operators have been amazing, amazing. And I must say, I do think that most people do understand and support Palestine because of our own history. And we have had an overwhelming response from taxi bosses who are asking us to do their taxis. And the dream is all cities with solidarity for Palestine at this moment when the genocide is happening. And I think it is of crucial importance that we make this statement as visible as possible. So we've only managed to get funding for 3 taxis for Palestine, and we are hoping and praying that we can somehow create and get more funding so that we can do more taxis in the next
So what
you
does it cost? What does it
while.
cost to create one taxi into an art piece?
So for the decal at the moment, and to compensate the taxi for the time that it comes off the road for the day of installation, it comes to about 17,000 rand per
One
taxi.
seven. 17.
17, yeah. That includes
Okay.
the compensation. And I've been working with an amazing company that's been doing the branding for me, and he's given me the most compatible prices because I got other quotes which was way more. So to wrap the entire taxi, and the dream is that more artists can come forward and submit artwork, and we can do this collectively as a nation, and it would be just, it's like a constant protest through our streets. It doesn't end. We as people can go out on a Saturday afternoon or when we have time and we can organize protests, but the taxis is so visible and they're on the road all the time. It's like an ongoing protest that never stops. So I
Absolutely.
do
It's in your
think it's a
face.
very effective way. Yeah. And especially with, people are going to try and clamp down. But you can't intimidate the taxi. No one can intimidate the taxi. This
Okay,
is
let
why
me
I
ask
chose
you.
the taxi.
We're running out of time. Let me ask you this very important question. We've been hearing reports about the DA, and of course the local municipality, or the officers of the local municipality in the Western Cape. There were incidences of them trying to issue fines to people of the Bukar because they had painted the Palestinian flag outside of their properties. And there was also situations where people at the Lights Festival who were donning Palestinian scarves, etc., were also threatened by the local authorities, the local metropolitan policing staff. Have you heard about it? The DA has denied it. They've also suggested that because the graffiti or the paintings outside, on the homes in the Burqa is not contravening any local bylaws because the painting is on their own properties. I think that was they stepped back because I think they came in for a lot of flack. Are you not afraid that some such action might be taken against the taxis?
Well, I think, I do think that there will be more and more clamping down, or at least an attempt to clamp down. But I do think that, the taxis are a system to themselves, and I respect that about them. So hopefully no one can intimidate them. They've always been kind of own in their own world
Okay.
operating.
Tanya, I'm going to have to leave it there because the line is very bad. But I do hope we can talk to you sometime again in the new year so that you can give us
Thank
good
you.
news that more and more taxis or funding has come on board and you're able to do artwork on more taxis and really get out a very important message out into the public. But thank you, and keep
Thank
on
you very much.
painting.
Thank you.
You-
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. 9:45 news and views on Salam Media, and we are moving along. Our next guest is a psychologist, a clinical psychologist. She is now known as an intervention supervisor at the Tears Foundation. Her name is Kavya Swaminathan, and we're going to talk to her about GBV issues.